My name is Jay Rothman, and welcome to my spontaneous live. As I come in to say good morning to you, good evening, wherever you are coming in from around the world, the globe. Thank you for joining me this morning, Jennifer. Good to see you. In the background, my backdrop is not a movie set. Now, this may look like a movie set to you, but this is real. This is live, this is spontaneous, and I hope you join me on this virtual hike. As I am now on a back end, I am on a second mountain range. This was the first one that I made it to the top and descended down, and now I'm up, hiking up to the second mountaintop. I'll turn around so you can see the 360 here. Good morning, sir. Have an awesome day. Actually, I'm not here to talk about hiking and trailing. I'm here to talk about winners and losers. Because I was listening to a song that I just absolutely love. It's a song by Susan Boyle, believe it or not. It's The Winner Takes It All. And as I'm hiking up, I was really paying attention to the words, and what really struck me is that there are no winners or losers. We are all the same. It just is about having the courage to understand that we have choices in life. We have choices to stay in abusive relationships. We have choices to stay in relationships that no longer serve us. We have choices when we step into a restaurant and what it is that we choose to order off of the menu. My accent sometimes comes through, and sometimes I have no idea which accent I am showing up with. Is it New York? Is it Massachusetts? Is it Minnesota? Is it Seattle? Is it California? All over the world. Well, not all over the world, but let's say even Florida. I lived in Florida for some time. But getting back to the winners and losers, there are no winners and losers. They're just people that choose to stay in the left lane. Or the left line, as I posted this morning, Amaraja shared a post yesterday that I picked up off of Mary's feed. And, as I said earlier today, I was in that left line for 54 years of my life. And what got me in that line is real simple. The choices that I made in my life. I didn't do a good job of taking care of myself. I didn't do a good job of loving myself because I was just a man that was just surviving, just getting through life, leaning into my belief system that I inherited from my ancestors, and that was work hard and play hard. And unfortunately, I did both. And in the meantime, it didn't turn out so well. I caused a lot of internal damage by my choices, how I chose to self-soothe when I was struggling, when I was sad, when I was hurting, when I was disappointed. I'm gonna actually hike a little bit because what I'm feeling is that perhaps, where's that trail? There it is. I'm gonna hike up and join me in this moment. Allow yourself to close your eyes, perhaps listen, take a nice deep breath as I traverse up this trail. I'd love to see you get your heart rate up a little bit, get your endorphins going. Perhaps if you're outside, open your heart, open your mind to invite the vitamin D in from the sun rays as I'm navigating. Good morning. But in any event, as I am traversing up this trail, I'll show you another beautiful view here right behind me. I went for my follow-up appointment yesterday with a cardiologist, my follow-up after 2 weeks follow-up after being in a hospital. And what I found interesting is though he was rated one of the better cardiologists in the Scottsdale area, and he was certainly, let's say, he had a better bedside manner than the two other cardiologists that I had seen. It's something that struck me was that he basically wants to go back in and do another procedure on me to open up my blood flow for my right leg, and he wants to do a procedure that he told me 3 hours earlier wasn't possible if my iliac artery was 100% blocked. But 3 hours later, something shifted for him, and he said to me, I think I could do it. I think I could open it up and put a stent in, even though the bypass that they had set in there almost 4 years ago is no longer working. And so it just was one of those moments that really continues to define for me It's very difficult to put faith and trust in doctors that ultimately I don't believe are here to help me. I believe they're here to make money. It's a money business, and there's greed. And the truth is this, here's my reality, is that it doesn't make sense to go in one more time in another part of my body and try to open up blood flow until we heal the primary root cause of the clotting, which in fact,
a good one.
Which in fact is a diagnosis called APS, antiphospholipid syndrome, which is an autoimmune disorder. Until I heal that, until I reverse it and dissolve it, there is no point in going in and opening up arteries or blood flows in my leg. Because it's basically, figure it this way. If you're bleeding, as an analogy here, if you're bleeding, let's say out of your brain, and they keep focusing on, let's say putting a Band-Aid on your toe because you got a little cut, like, how long is that going to work for you, people? It's not. You're going to bleed out. And until they get to the root and they fix the problem inside, which Western medicine has no answers. They don't have a solution to that. All they want to do is treat the symptom. And treating a symptom no longer works for me. I am not willing to put myself through another procedure to treat a symptom. I'm going after the root. And I've made that decision because, you see, today I have a choice. I said, no, thank you, Doc. No, thank you, Dr. Warren. I'm not interested. But in any event, I want to just flip here and talk a little bit about yesterday. I had a long conversation with Dr. Jimenez from Hope for Cancer. We chatted. He's one of the gentlemen, one of the doctors that right now I am contemplating bringing on board for what I refer to as the dream team. And this dream team is going to bring me to wholeness, bring me home to 100% healed. And we talked for about 30 minutes, and he shared with me his protocol, his blueprint for bringing me home back to 100% healed from a physical perspective, from a medical perspective. And one of the things he talked about was doing a water fast. And he's aware that I did a 19-day water fast last September. But he said in consulting with his medical team, 10 doctors that are on his staff, they discussed what would be very helpful to me. This is just one piece, is to do a 5-day water fast every month for the next 4 or 5 months consecutively. Because what happens is by the 5th day, your stem cells, they rebuild, they reboot, and you basically clean house. And so one of their strategies is to help me rebuild or reboot, flush out the old toxins within my body, my system, through my stem cells, and rebuild. And so that's my major medical. Look, I did a 19-day water fast back last September, almost a year ago, and I haven't done one since. I believe that I'm going to put my faith and trust right now into the suggestions that are coming from the doctors that are not interested to treat my symptoms with medicine, with statins, with blood thinners. No, 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 no more, no mas. I am here today to take back my life, take back my health in totality. I have, in fact, reversed roughly 8 medical diagnoses and prognoses. But this is the last one. This is the one that is going to, this last diagnosis, this medical prognosis is the one that I'm focused on right now. And we will heal together. I'm going to take a moment here to back up and welcome some of you that are with me this morning. Jennifer, good morning. Suzanne, Arlene, my mom, thank you for coming in. Mercedes coming in from SoCal. Jeff Fasano coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. Tamara, good morning. Sandra Page coming in from overseas. Hey there, Sandra. Walking out walking while listening. Thank you, Tamara. Samantha, good to see you. Micah Brzezowski, my fraternity brother, who has actually been such a huge part of helping raise funds through the fraternity that I pledged when I was, just a 17-year-old lad, a little boy, a little kid that was going to college as a freshman in New York. And Michael has shown up in my life over the last couple of years, following me, watching a lot of my checking in, catching my shows, being part of the healing journey. And today he stepped in and he has given back to me in a way that I will forever be indebted to you for showing up in my life just when I needed help. And so thank you, Michael Brzezowski. So that's what I got this morning. I've got a lot of things that are flowing through my mind as I'm deep into this trail. I've got to make a decision now. In this moment, do I continue down to the end of the trailhead, which means that I will have to, I don't know if you could see this or not. There it is. It says strenuous beyond this point, with the temperatures hovering right now over 90, I think it's about 95 degrees. I got to make a decision. Do I want to go jump into the triple diamond part of this trail with the temperatures this high? That's basically the rating that it will be. Or do I just allow myself to turn around and go back? But in the meantime, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to share it with me. Sandra says, how beautiful, how wonderful. By the way, these boulders are all granite. This is a granite boulder mountain. And on the backdrop, right behind me, this is a pristine golf course in North Scottsdale. So yeah, these are just absolutely beautiful boulders. So here's what I have going on today. Good morning, Mary Kelly, my beautiful angel. Good morning. Good to see you this morning. I love you. So she says, well, Sandra says, well, that's high. Well, it appears as though it's high. It is high. I'm not at sea level. I'm at about 3,000 feet. There are mountains that are higher in this valley. The ones that are a couple of about 1,000 feet higher is in Phoenix. Camelback Mountain is the highest mountain in this valley. I do hike that when I do Airbnb hike and heal experiences. I do hike that with guests that come in a state. And so in any event, yeah, I am going to jump into a 5-day water fast. Probably in the next couple of days. I do have a busy schedule today. I've got 2 clients I'll be coaching. And then I'll be doing a show at 5 p.m. Real Men, Real Talk Raw. I'm going to be coming in live with Dave Vargas from the East Coast, from the New England states. He's going to come into the studio and share his backstory and where he's at in his own healing journey. Dave Vargas is going to be live with me tonight, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 8 p.m. East Coast time, coming in from, I think it's New Hampshire, Maine, or Massachusetts. It's one of those 3. Maybe it's Vermont. Well, in any event, it is what they refer to as New England. New England, not England, but New England. I keep showing you these boulders because they're absolutely beautiful. In any event, let me know what state or country you are joining me in live from this moment. But I'm pretty excited. I got a lot of good stuff coming up. Some exciting things coming up. The week of the 19th, Kelly Gores from Heal Documentary is going to join me in a studio with one of my doctors that's part of my team today, Dr. Jack Wolfson. The 3 of us are going to have a conversation about Heal Documentary that you can, in fact, watch on Netflix or on many other ways. You could buy it at healdocumentary.com or rent it for just a few bucks. I think $4 or $5. You could rent that. That movie may, in fact, impact your health and impact the trajectory of your own life. As I hike up these steps right here, is another viewpoint as I'm climbing back up this mountain. I decided not to jump down to the bottom of the trailhead. And I'll tell you why. Pain this morning was pretty significant in my leg again. Day 3, don't know what's going on. I don't need to know right now. I just need to trust that I'm right where I'm at. And perhaps I'm building a new set of vessels, veins to flow, for the blood flow to make it from my hip down to my toes and my right leg. But, I still show up no matter what, every single day. Yesterday I got tripped up, I should say. And I didn't just get 1 migraine, I got 2 yesterday. And maybe that's because I was in an environment that I chose to step into, but I didn't like the results. I didn't like how I was, I'd say, manipulated by Dr. Warren. And therein lies, I get tripped up sometimes. I probably was holding my breath. Those rooms in the doctor's office are lit up with fluorescent lights. And when I'm not breathing appropriately or in a healthy way, I sometimes get triggered with a migraine. And it's seasonal, but right now seems to be in the season. And so, I had a rough afternoon. My head was hurting. I used essential oils. I pushed through it. I didn't let it stop me. I didn't let it get me down. I still shut up for the rest of the day. But this morning I woke up and I rolled out of bed, and here I am. Here's just another beautiful view of what I get to look at every morning as I navigate. Look at these beautiful clouds this morning with the sun in the backdrop. This morning I got up, I got out, I've been in prayer, meditation, did some nature bathing, greeted a lot of people, some of the warriors that show up every single day, just like I. And I don't know their backstory. But what we do is we just connect eye to eye and we smile at each other. Sometimes we do a high five, sometimes we fist it like a man to man, and sometimes we just say good morning. And that's enough today, because as long as we have a morning to wake up to, no matter what we're going on, no matter what we have going on in our life, we get to say good morning because we were blessed with one more day. So that's what I got for you today. Sandra says, can I ask about the water fast? Do you do preparation for this? Yes, Sandra's coming in from the UK. Sandra was a guest on my show, Real People, Real Stories, just a couple of weeks ago. Sandra, we'll talk offline. I do some minimal preparation. We can share that offline when it works for you. Give me a holler. Give me a call or send me a PM when you have some time. In any event, I'm gonna check off so that I could focus and get back on this trail and do some more prayer meditation. Once I hit the bottom of the trail, I in fact will take off my hiking shoes and I will ground for 30 minutes, continue on this healing journey. I love you. Thank you for supporting me during this incredible moment of transition, shifting up into high gear. I am going to do some extreme medical protocols coming up. Water fast is just one little tiny bit of it. But there's some exciting things that's going to be happening in the near future. I'll share more about that once I have everything come together for me. But in this moment, everything is together because I'm here, you're here. Thank you for joining me live. No matter what, take time for self-care today, even if it's 30 minutes. Eat your lunch at your desk and then get outside and walk around. Take a walk in a parking lot, take a walk in wherever it is that you're working, but take time to do some self-care. Have an awesome day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.